Hey Internet, my name is Abby and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program on Wings. Last time I wasn't sure what I want to do, if I want to go to Minmus first or if I want to do an airplane mission at first, and I decided to do an airplane mission. And as you can see, I've built this little tiny research plane. I've added some barometers and some thermometers to my airplane, and I want to research some biomes which are pretty near to the Kerbal Space Center, and I want to do this now. And at first I like to do where we have it, a crew report, because we are on the runway. Good thing there's not a lot of air traffic, because I don't think we ever got clearance from the tower to be here. Okay, this might be true, but I will do as well a short EVA to investigate the surface and the runway. Let's have a look here and take surface sample. The surface appears to be very hard, like concrete. It might actually be concrete. Could be a very good surface to land at. Oh, this is important, and let's do an EVA report. Oh, this is a standard EVA report. Okay, let's climb back into our capsule or our cockpit so we can prepare our takeoff and board and retract the ladder. And I want to do a log temperature from the runway, and I want to do an pressure analysis from the runway. Okay, let's keep the data. Now let's enable SAS and start our engines, release the brakes and full throttle, because we want to go. And we want to go this time at first to the little island where we find this additional, or the second runway, which is pretty near to the Kerbal Space Center, and I hope that I find there another biome. Let me at first send the crew report from the runway, because I hope that we are flying over the ocean and that we can research or we can investigate the biome of over the seas of Kerbin. So we are heading off, we are heading out over the sea toward the little island. And my little airplane is pretty stable. It flies pretty stable. It's really nice to control. It's doing everything I want to do, and this is pretty awesome. So let's do a crew report over Kerbin's water. Yes, we are now over Kerbin's water. Let's send this crew report, and let's do a temperature scan while flying over the water. 5.6 science, nice. Can I do a pressure analysis? No, it's only while flying at Kerbin, so flying does not take into account where I'm flying, so I can do only the thermometer while I'm in the air. Okay, so we are flying over the open water, and we are aiming to land at this small island to investigate the other runway. We are still over the water, okay, so I don't think it will change. And the next thing will be, I want to investigate a special thing which is pretty close to the Kerbal Space Center. Maybe you know what I'm talking about, and if you don't know, and if you don't have a guess what it is, so it's a surprise for you what I want to analyze and discover with you. But at first we need to focus on our landing. We are now coming closer and we are approaching the other runway, so let me throttle down so we can start to begin our approach. I'm not quite sure how high my little airplane can climb, because I have only these two radial air intakes and they don't provide so much air intake, and they struggle with high altitudes. So I'm not pretty sure that I can climb up to very high altitude, but I don't think that this is necessary, because I will just do some short flights around the Kerbal Space Center to analyze all the different biomes that are available there. And finally I will return back to the Kerbal Space Center so we can finish our mission and gather hopefully some additional science. which we can use, but I'm not quite sure if I can unlock anything after my mission. On the other hand, I really wanted to do airplane mission again, because I really think it's important to do also some science on my home planet instead of just going to different celestial bodies and land there and have huge rocket flights and space travel action when I haven't researched all the important things of my home planet. So the home planet needs to be investigated as well, and though I think the best way to do this is by airplane, and I'm pretty impressed how stable the thing is gliding. I have cut the throttle completely. I'm just gliding towards the runway, and I think this thing is pretty stable and pretty amazing as it approaches here. Okay, let's flare up the nose a bit, and let's have a hopefully gently landing, like this. Well done. I've also disabled the brakes for the front wheel, so I'm only braking with the rear wheels, and I hope this, or with the main gear, and I hope this will help me so I don't flip over like in my Christmas special, as I did there my spaceplane mission, and I flipped over in the very end as I stepped on the brake on the surface. Okay, now let's do here a pressure analysis from Kerbal water. Okay, we seem to be in the water right now. This is pretty interesting, but well, let's take the advantage and let's log the temperature from Kerbal water as well. Let's keep the data, and I want to do a crew report. Keep it as well. I want to send it when I am taking off again, because I need to recharge my batteries with the alternator of the engine, and I can do this only while I'm flying. Okay, whoa, wing. So here we are on the surface. Let's take a surface sample from Kerbal waters. You scooped up a sample of the surface. It's a very humid sample. You hope the equipment has been properly waterproofed. I hope so as well. And we have our EVA report. It's a standard speech of my Kerbal. Okay, I think we finished here. Now it's time to move on and to fly up to my other thing I've promised you. Can I collect the data? No, I don't think so. I don't have the... I can't reach there. Okay, then just board and retract the ladder. Enable SAS again, release the brakes and full throttle again. So we can fly to the next thing I was talking about, which might be a surprise, or might be you are already aware of this. Okay, I want to throttle down a bit because I want to make a steep turn to be able to fly back to my Kerbal Space Center. I think there are some debris from my lunar mission launch, so these will help me to estimate the distance to the Kerbal Space Center. And now let's fly back. Goodbye, little runway. It was nice to meet you. We will meet again, probably, maybe, in the near future. But at first I need to do some analysis of different biomes, so let me just fly back with my little space plane. Unfortunately, there's still no cockpit. I think there was already a modification that added a cockpit for this capsule here, but as you might know, I'm not quite a mod user. I'm more playing with the vanilla game, and I think so I will remain by doing so, and I don't want to install a mod for having a cockpit, especially because in this career mode I will probably focus more on rockets instead of space planes, so I think it doesn't matter so much if I'm doing something like this. Okay, so we make good progress. We're aiming for our next goal, and yes, in the next episode I will launch to Minmus. I think it will be like the Moon mission again, a 2-episode mission. The first mission will cover the flight up to Minmus and maybe also the landing, and the next mission will cover maybe some hopping around on the surface of Minmus. I hope I will have enough fuel so I can lift off and fly a little distance and land again on the different biome, because Minmus now has some different biomes, and so I hope I can explore a little bit more of Minmus and bring back a lot of science, and so I can hopefully unlock a lot of interesting things. Okay, the next thing, we are coming closer to it. I hope I'm aiming at the right direction, and again I'm taking advantage of the great glider capability of my my airplane, because I've again completely throttled down. I need to descend a little bit. Let me deploy our gear, and I think I will throttle up a little bit because it's still a small distance to go. And let's see, can I somehow see? I think it's pretty hard to see at first. Maybe you guessed it where... Oh, okay, now I see it. Maybe you can guess it where I want to go. And if not, then you will be maybe surprised. Okay, are we now in a different biome? Log temperature, flying over Kerbal shores. I have already done this with my rocket launch. Okay. Now let's descend. And there's my target coming up. Let's get the space plane down. Well done. Now let's brake, and there is my target. Wow, I've almost... Oh. I think I'm a bit fast to turn around. Okay, maybe no. Now it's turning better. Okay. So let me turn around. I want to do a crew report again. Or review report from Kerbal Waters. I haven't sent this. Okay, let's send this. And can I have here another report? Crew report from Kerbal Shores. Okay, let's keep it. And I will send it in the next flight. So let me put on the brakes, and I need to do a temperature scan from Kerbal Shores. Let me see, log temperature. Just the right temperature to go for a swim. Oh, this is nice. Okay, let's keep the data, and I will do also the pressure analysis. Let me see, log pressure data. Okay. Another 3.6 science. Let's extend the ladder because we want to go on an EVA and investigate the strange looking thing over there. So let's climb back down and release. Okay, now let's go for a short jog because we need to investigate the strange thing. What is the strange black thing? It's standing here around, or better, it's floating around. And it has an inscription. It's hard to see. Let's switch on our lights. Maybe we can see it down better. Let's turn around. There, it's written down, squad. And there, a face of an ape with a helmet is displayed on this huge monolith. What could this thing mean? What is it? It's pretty interesting. Let's take a surface sample from Kerbal Shores. You took a sample of the soil. It's very muddy and sandy. There might be a body of water nearby. Okay, let's keep the data and let's do an EVA report with the same percentage as usual. Okay, there we have a small monolith right next to the Kerbal Space Center, because over there is our Kerbal Space Center. And now we want to move on because I want also to explore the biome of the highlands, which is down there. So I need to fly back there, and while flying up there I will hopefully come across the Kerbal grasslands, where I can do another analysis and surface sample and temperature logging and so on. Hopefully. Okay, let's release the brakes. Let's give it a little throttle because I don't want to run with my wings into this monolith. Okay, now let's throttle full up. And we want to go for our next bio mission. And here we go. We are flying again. Let's turn around. Oh, not so steep, not so steep. Pretty high G-forces for our who is this? Sidram. Sidram is this time again back in the cockpit. Welcome back, Sidram. Okay, the batteries are recharged. Now I can review my report and transmit it back to Kerbal Space Center. Another 1.5 signs are added. This is great. Now we are closing in, or we are aiming for the mountain region, and as you can see, here is some green grass, so we come across some grassland where I will hopefully have some more informations. I really like to get the data from the temperatures to bring back into the capsule, but I don't think I can do this. Okay, let's have a crew report right here. Grasslands. Oh, we have already done this. Have we done already our temperature? Let's log it while flying over Kerbin's grasslands. Let's keep the data, and I don't think I can do a pressure logging in the air, so I have to descend. Let's glide all the way down. I've cut totally the throttle and I'm just gliding again towards the surface, and I have to figure a good landing spot for analyzing the mountain region, maybe over there. I have to investigate when I'm coming down. I will just switch on the lights to better estimate my altitude when I start to flare up the nose, because the sun is currently going down behind the mountains. And so I think we will be in a short amount of time in the darkness. Okay, there we are going down. Let's flare the nose up a little bit more. We are pretty slow. This is good. And we are going down and down. And I hope... Well done. Let's brake. Brake, 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 brake. And stop. Well done. Okay, let's engage the brakes. And let's have a crew report. What about my electricity? Yes, I can transmit it right away. So while the ladder is extending, I can do another, where do we have it? Log pressure data from Kerbin's grasslands, another 3.6 signs, and my temperature scans. Let's have a look. Log temperature, review data, review data, review data, log temperature. Okay, I don't have any thermometer left for the mountainous region. This is bad. Log temperature. The temperature here is quite pleasant, and it would be a nice place to live. Okay. Let's keep this data. Can I somehow EVA? Can I climb up on top my... Yes, I can. This is amazing. So let's scroll in. Take data. And take data. And this is amazing. Take data. Oh, there's nothing, I think. Okay, let's take the data. And take data, and take data, and no, it's too far away. Take data, take data. Okay, nothing. Now very carefully, don't fall off, and take data. Okay, now I've gathered all the data and I can reuse my I like to grab. Well done. Let's... Oh, 9 experiments. Let's store the... Wow, this is a long list. And I have 15 data already in this capsule. This is amazing. Well, I don't think that this will give me a lot of science, but at least it will give me some kind of science. Let's take a surface sample. Yep, looks like dirt. Okay, I think I've already done this. An EVA report. Yes, I have done this. Okay, I have already done all the things, so I can climb back in. Let's grab and board. Retract the ladder. Okay, now I can hopefully reuse my temperatures. Log temperature. Yes, I can. This is amazing. Okay, enable SAS. Release the brakes. Throttle full up. And here we go again to investigate the mountain region. Let's start. Okay. Well done. Good job, Sidrin. Good job, Sidrin. We don't see the sun anymore. Let's start to climb up because I want to see the sun again. I want to fly in the sun. I want to see the sun. Come on, let's climb up. Okay, in a short amount of time I think we are high enough to see the sun again. And yes, there comes the sun again. Okay, we see the sun. Where are we? Crew report. Grasslands. Okay, we are still above the grasslands. So the next thing is I need to fly over the mountains and then I need to find a nice landing spot. Let's see. Let's climb up at first. And then we need to find a nice looking landing spot. So let's have a look there. What about our air intake? Oh, we have enough intake air. This is good. So I think we are now above mountains or highlands. Let's have a look. Report. Yes, while flying over Kerbal Highlands. Let's transmit it, and we need to do our temperature scan. Another 3.5 signs and 5.6 signs. Let's keep the data. Okay, now we need to find a good looking landing area. This is pretty harsh to land here. This is hard to land. Maybe down here. This seems to look very good. Let me throttle down because we need to descend. I want to land from this direction because there is a lot of space. There is no mountain directly ahead of us, so I have no trouble when I will do my takeoff. Let's cut the throttle completely. Let's cut the thrust completely. And let's prepare our descent, or let's descend even more. Okay, this is looking good, and I think this is an amazing and nice looking landing area. We need to go down a little bit more to be prepared, and then I will do my turn. I think I will start turning around. And I'm already, and as usual, I'm just gliding. Let's extend the gear to have some more drag, which will hopefully help me as well to have a nice landing down there. Okay. This is now looking very good. Now we're descending, and we are descending even more. Let's switch on the lights so we can better estimate our altitude. I think, oh, there's some elevation. Okay. I might need to skip this elevation. Let's flare up the nose a bit more. Okay, our speed is going down. This is good. And we are at an altitude of 2 kilometers, so it's a very high landing area. But I think this is okay, and we will land uphill. This is also good because it will help us a little bit more to reduce our speed when we are running uphill. Let's brake and brake and brake and brake. And we come to a stop at an altitude of 2 kilometers. Nice. Okay, let's engage the brakes, and as usual extend the ladder. At first I have to do the crew report from Kerbal Silence. Let's transmit it. And I need to do the pressure data analysis, 3.6 signs, and some, I have done this, and some temperature, log the temperature. The temperature readings are quite literally nominal. Okay, let's keep the data, and we need to do our EVA. Let's go, Sidram, let's do your EVA. And the sun is again hidden behind the mountain. Okay, we are again in the shadow, in the evening shadow of the mountains. Okay, let's take a surface sample. This is dirt and grass and some small rocks. You suspect this isn't going to be much of groundbreaking discovery. Well, it's still 9.0 science. This is still very good. And some EVA report. Let's keep it as well. And let's climb back into our cockpit. Let's grab. And let's climb up. And board. Okay. And retract the ladder. So where are we? Whoa, we are here. Over there is a desert, but this is a little bit too far. Down here is no other biome, I think. We have analyzed all the different biomes of the near area of Kerbal Space Center. So I think I will head back to the KSC and land on the runway to finish my science plane mission, my research plane mission. I really enjoyed this because, well, let me do at first the takeoff. So let's throttle full up. And here we go again. Okay, we are flying. Let's retract the gear and let's climb up. Yes, I'm pretty much enjoying this because I was already talking about how refreshing it was for me to do the rocket missions again, because it's a completely different approach compared to the spaceplane missions. And right now with this pretty agile little airplane, it's also compared to the spaceplane missions where I had to fly these huge space planes, and they weren't so agile, and they were hard to control, and I have to manage all the fuel and the thrust to climb up to the altitude I want to go, or to climb up to space. This was very hard to do so. Before I did the spaceplane missions, I was doing the round trip around Kerbal. Oh, the Kerbal Space Center is in beautiful illumination. This is amazing. I was doing the round trips around Kerbal and the North Pole flights and so on. And these missions were also with huge space airplanes, because I had to have enough fuel and I want to fly at a high altitude, so I need the other engines, and I needed more engines. So these were also pretty hard to control and unwieldy. And now flying around again with this little plane is really refreshing, and I really like this. It's really awesome to fly again in Kerbal Space Program, and I really like this. And to do some science with airplanes is also great. So yes, it's just amazing. But still, although I'm really enjoying my airplane mission currently, I'm also looking forward to my upcoming Minmus mission, when I can launch again a rocket and fly up to Minmus and land there. And as I already said, I want to do hopefully some biome hopping to be able to gather some data from different biomes, but I'm not sure if I can do this. Well, landing on Minmus takes less delta V than landing on the moon, so I will do it almost with the same configuration as I did it with the moon landing. So I think I'm well prepared, and I hope I will have enough fuel left over in my lander station that I can lift off again from the surface of Minmus and fly to a different biome, or maybe even fly to two or three different biomes and have a landing there, and finally fly back and return back to Kerbin to unlock more technologies. And after I done the Minmus mission, I hope I will have enough science to unlock the tech tree, not the tech tree, to unlock the docking ports. And after I have the docking ports, I think about creating a space station around Kerbin, and maybe I will use the space station as with the new science base, science area thing to dock with my lander missions, and maybe I will create some robotic transfer rockets, so I can store the data from my EVAs and from the analysis of my science instruments in the station, and fly up there with a robotic lander and store all the experiments in the robotic lander, and land on only the small tiny probe back on Kerbin. And by doing so, I think I can reuse my not my space planes, but my landers, and I think this might be a really cool thing. So we are now on the final approach of runway 09er, and they have also switched on the lights of the runway. This is looking amazing as well. So we are pretty fast, a tiny bit too fast, and I really like the nighttime illumination of the runway. This adds a little bit extra feeling of flying an airplane in Kerbal Space Program. This is really amazing. Okay, now we are coming down for our last landing for today with our research airplane, and let's flare up the nose a bit more to have a gently last landing. And oh, I don't think it want to land. It's flying and flying. It's really enjoying its flight. Come on. And are you still flying, or no? Now you're under the ground. Okay. Let's brake. Let's brake. Okay, let's make a backtrack. Let's turn around and taxi on the center line back to the taxiway, because I want to end my research plane mission in front of the space plane hangar. Okay, let's brake a little bit, reduce a bit our speed so we don't flip over when we do the turning. And let's follow the other lines. Okay. Oh, I could switch on the lights. This might be important as well. And let's turn around. Okay, so we finished our spaceplane mission. Let's engage the brakes. Let's shut down the engine. Switch off SAS. Switched off the lights. Are we here in a different biome? Let's have a crew report from KC. Oh, this is a different biome. This is our space center here. We are home. Oh, this is amazing. Keep data. And I want to log the pressure from the space center from KC. Oh, it's a different biome. This is amazing. I have another biome discovered. Log temperature. The temperature readings are quite literally nominal. Okay. Let's keep the data. And can we do also... I'm pretty much interested in what I will find here on the surface when I do my EVA and when I analyze the ground. Let's see. And take surface sample. The substance is what makes the scientists yell at us when we go into the labs without cleaning our boots first. Oh, okay. 9 science. Wow. This is a lot of science. Let's keep it. And EVA report. Okay, it's the same thing as usual. Let's... Oh, we're running through the ladder. Turn around and grab. And climb back up and board. Okay, I think we've done everything what we wanted to do with our research plan. This was amazing, this was great. So, I think I will recover the vessel. And 28 experiments recovered, wow. And 112.7 science earned in this mission. Wow, it's a lot more than I have anticipated. This is really nice. I haven't anticipated so much science from my research plan. This is amazing. Okay. So we have a lot of surface samples and crew reports. It's only a tiny amount of science, but because I have done 28 experiments, this has accumulated. This is amazing. Okay, well done. Let's go over to the science bay, and I want to have 192 science. I want to unlock this thing because I think the next thing will be the how they call it, the docking ports. Let's research it. And yes, here we have our docking ports. The Clampertron docking port and the Clampertron shielded docking port. So we have all the important things to create a space station, and we have also the Hitchhiker storage container. Okay, so we are well prepared. As I said, next up is Minmus mission, and after Minmus mission we will have hopefully enough science to unlock the docking ports, and then we will start to create a space station around Kerbal. I am looking forward to do this as well. So until then, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like my video on YouTube, please become a subscriber of my YouTube channel, and also please leave me a comment what you think about Kerbal Space Program. And thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you again in the next episode when we do our Minmus mission. Until then, my name is Sebi. See you!